Well, welcome to our very last session for 1251 EDN, Use of ICT for Teaching and Learning. And I see we do have at least one person viewing, so if you want to ask any questions of the Q&A panel, please pop them into the Q&A section of your browser, and I will endeavour to answer those. I'll just send out another invite to see if there's anyone wishing to join us today. I see most of you have now almost completed your assessment, so I do understand that your interest in attending sessions after you've completed assessment does tend to wane a little. But there is the opportunity for you to answer any final questions and also to discuss some of the material that I've placed on the course website regarding ongoing professional learning. So we'll just do a couple of quick more invites. For those of you that may be reviewing this later, the online professional learning material just goes through some of the options you have to stay up to date with ICT use in schools, particularly through professional associations, such as in Queensland, the QSITE organisation, the Queensland Society for Information Technology in Education. But there's also the Beginning Teachers Association, there's the Australian College of Educators. If you want to get involved with that group, there is a free membership available for that, and indeed you can get a free membership form on my door if you go into the university and find my door. There's some free membership applications there that you can send away and get a special student membership category. Most professional associations, though, do offer discounts for students, and indeed some discounts for beginning teachers as well are often in place. So I would encourage you to consider getting involved in professional associations even while you're studying at university. Of course, the more you can understand what it's like to be in the profession and to start your dialogue and professional learning with teachers and others in the profession, the more you'll be able to seamlessly integrate into that when you begin as a teacher, if that is your career path that you pursue. However, whatever path you may become involved with in terms of your career related to your degree studies, involvement in a professional association can assist with that. Of course, you'll be talking with teachers and other professionals in the field and experiencing what they are considering the major issues around their own professional learning and what they need to keep up to date with and engage with, and also the ability to then share. In this course, you would have come across a whole range of new technologies related to education, and one of the most effective ways we have of disseminating those throughout the profession is through professional associations and professional development days, where teachers and other educators, such as university academics and that, get together and we talk about and provide little presentations on different new approaches to teaching and learning, particularly related to new technologies. Now, the other set of information I've provided you with is getting involved in various competitions. We've talked a fair bit about competitions throughout this course. They're a great way of pushing you beyond your comfort zone in terms of what you expect of your students, but also expect of yourself. And when you have your students competing with other students around the world, then that also tends to show you what sort of level of expectations or best practice there are in teaching various areas. And that can push you towards excelling in various areas. But there are also competitions for teachers. One of the sad aspects of the teaching profession is that teachers very rarely go in for competitions. Spend a lot of time supporting and encouraging your students to go into competitions, but not necessarily doing a lot towards your own professional experience and receiving recognition for their hard work and innovative practices that you might be involved with. And there are a whole range of competitions that you can get involved in and awards yourself. Some of them for beginning teachers specifically. So if you leave it too late, you may miss out on the opportunities to engage with those early career competitions or early career awards that are available for those in your situation where you're just starting out and have the opportunity to apply for and demonstrate innovative practices and receive recognition for that. Plus, of course, just as with students and with your teaching, it's a great way of pushing you to stay up to date and to excel with your own teaching practice by engaging with and competing against other teachers also aiming to excel. So I see there are a couple of you actually watching the video at the moment, so if you've got any questions, please pop them into the Q&A. As I've reiterated throughout this course, this is not meant to be a lecture presentation, this is a discussion. And of course a discussion infers a two-way conversation. At least it certainly makes it a more interesting discussion. So in the final set of readings, which I've provided as a presentation this week, there's also a few little video clips there that I was hoping to use as discussion prompts. So if you've looked at those video clips and you would like to make comment on them, please put a response into the Q&A. Other than that, of course, you are most likely focused on completing your final assessment due on Monday at 9 AM. Please note the early due date. Of course, I've given you the extra weekend, but I'm not also giving you the extra Monday. So please get those completed and submitted, and then they'll be marked in the next few weeks, and you'll see your grades or your marks for the various assessment tasks in the course displayed on your Learning at Griffith website under, I think it's called My Marks. And you can then infer a grade. However, grades are not assigned until after the marks have been submitted to our assessment panel. Of course, in theory, they could change your grades if they think the course has been too easy or too hard or out of sync with other courses that are similarly run on other campuses, etc. I've never had that happen, but it is possible, and certainly it does occur. So we cannot indicate to you exactly what grade you might be getting, but we can show you the marks, at least what we've recommended to the assessment panel. So here I sit waiting to have a discussion. If you would like to ask any question at all, I'm happy to answer them related to professional learning, related to any other aspect of the course, or at this point related to anything at all. Okay, well, just try a couple more invites out. Other than that, if there's no discussion, we might have to wrap it up. I do know some of you often come in a little bit late into these sessions, so I've delayed it as long as seems practical. Okay then. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the course. It's been a lot of fun exploring some of these issues with you and having the discussions when you were able to be present in these discussions. And I hope the assessment tasks and the readings and video, etc. throughout the course have assisted you in having a greater understanding of what's involved for educational technologies and how you can apply them to your own learning, but also to your teaching and your students' learning. I know a number of you are using Hangouts and some of the other technologies that we've explored in your other courses. So I've been hearing a few little discussions from some of the other course conveners about some of the technologies that you've been bringing into those, which is a great thing, and that's certainly one of the intents of the course. However, that's only supporting your own learning. And that's a really important thing, particularly at this stage of your studies. But what we really want to see is your use of technologies when you get out into the classrooms. When you do your practicum placements and you're engaging with teaching in a supervised manner, and you're introducing new technologies, or you're experiencing the technologies that exist in the school and making the best use of those. But of course, when you actually hopefully get a job, be it in teaching or one of the other areas related to the studies that you've been doing, that you'll also be engaging with educational technologies, and you continue to engage with them as you progress throughout your career. Because these are the technologies that exist today. Now in 3 or 4 years' time, when you're entering into the profession, there'll be a whole range of new technologies. We can make some predictions with those, and certainly you've been shown some of those that will be most likely to occur throughout this course, but there will be some that we haven't predicted. There'll be some new technologies that will emerge that will change the scenes of education yet again. And that's part of being a lifelong learner. So it's not just about learning about the technologies, but it's about learning how to learn about technologies and continuing that learning throughout your career as these new technologies emerge. And indeed, how some of you may even be involved in the development of these new technologies, or at least how they're applied into the classroom. And being innovators in educational technologies often mean that you take a new technology that emerges, often in an area unrelated completely to education, and you look at ways to apply it to your teaching, and then more broadly to education as a whole. And then you can be involved in presenting at conferences and professional development workshops on how you've done that, and sharing your experiences with others. And that's how we continue our professional learning around new technologies in education. So I look forward to seeing many of you at future conferences, be they related to educational technologies or your other professional areas that you're studying for. And I may, of course, see you around the campuses and so forth. Please let me know how you're going with the use of educational technologies, particularly if you're doing something new and innovative. So I'm always interested to see how students have applied what they've learned and are doing interesting, new and exciting things in the classrooms. Other than that, given that we don't have anyone here wishing to have a live discussion, we'll wrap it up for the course. I wish you all the very, very best, and goodbye for now.